Hi, welcome to the Arts and Cookery Bank. I'm Vicci Coughlin and this is Tammy from the Arts and Cookery Bank in West Lorne. And we're here today to show you how to make a homestyle version of marshmallows. The recipe for the ingredients and what we're using today can be found on the Cookery Bank's Facebook page. So make sure you check that later for what we're doing. We're going to start today with Knox gelatin, and we are doubling our recipe, so we have 4 packages of Knox gelatin, 3 of which I've already got in the mixer here, and we've got our water, and it's nice cold water, and we just want to make sure that all the water and the gelatin are in contact, because we want to let that sit and expand while we cook our syrup. So we're going to go over here and get our syrup ready. And Tammy's going to help me with the ingredients. So first of all, we've got 3 cups of sugar we're going to put in our pan. We've got a cup of water.
Okay, go ahead.
So we've got 3 cups of white sugar, and Tammy's put in 1 cup of water, and now she's going to add 1 cup of white corn syrup. That's great, and we're going to scrape that out, and we're going to mix this up, and we're going to bring it to 238 degrees. Now we have a candy thermometer hooked to the side of our pan, and we are using gas today at the Arts and Cookery Bank. We have a nice gas stove. I'll let Tammy turn the burner on for me. That's great, and we're just going to mix our ingredients up with a little bit of salt. We need half a teaspoon of salt. Our syrup to cook on high, but in order that the sugar doesn't burn on the sides of our pan, we're just going to wash down any sugar crystals that might be on the sides, because we really can crank this. And the great part about this recipe is we don't want to stir it, because if we stir it, it'll change the crystallization. So we want to crank this up really high and let this come to 238 Fahrenheit on our candy thermometer. Right now we're about only at 81, so it's going to take us a little while. So in the meantime, we can get our pans. Okay, we're going to prepare our pans for marshmallows. Tammy's going to spray our 8x8 with a vegetable spray, non-stick coating. And then we've pre-cut some cling wrap here, and we just want to coat the inside of our pan and get right down in the corners. And then we're going to spray our saran or cling wrap again on top of this. And if your cling wrap doesn't go up the size of your pan, just put another piece across. But we'll just spray it again. Excuse me, Tammy, sorry. And we want to just do the same thing that we did before, 4 sides, 4 corners, and the bottom.
Nice and loud.
Okay, we're at 228 degrees Fahrenheit. We're waiting for 238. Our syrup is boiling away like crazy in the pot, which is good. And we have a nice long candy thermometer, so it's reaching the bottom of our pot. We're back, and we have our gelatin mixture that is in our mixing bowl that has been softened, and we have our syrup that has been taken off the stove, and the pot's really hot, so I'm going to just tip it up and show you. It's about 210 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to pour our syrup on top of the gelatin mixture. I want to get as much as I can out of the pot. It's very hot, so you have to be very, very careful at this point. And make sure you've got all your stuff ready for the next step. So I do have the vanilla, and Tammy's going to grab me a tablespoon so that we can have that ready. At Now I just want to gently mix I'm just going to gently mix the whole thing together. So this is the syrup and the gelatin. I don't know if you can see in the bowl or not now, but it's all mixed and we're going to whip it on high. So this is going to get really noisy. And always start your mixer really low and go really high. You want to have your motor for a long time. So just as high as it'll go. Splash, so be careful. That's how big that got. And this will probably take about 5 minutes. We're going to have to wait. It's starting to change color. It's starting to become whiter, but we still need a good 5 minutes for it to increase in volume. We want it to at least double in volume. And ideally, if you can measure the temperature, we would like 120 Fahrenheit. Tammy's just going to check that. So our mixture is pretty much whipped. Now we just want to put our flavor ingredient in, and we're going to add some a tablespoon of pure vanilla. And again, I'm just going to start the mixer slowly and I'm going to whip in that vanilla. Okay, so we've finished our whip, our mixer, and we're going to take the beater out. Got our vanilla in there, and we have already got our prepared pans. So I'm just going to try to even out the mixture into these two pans. So that our marshmallows are the same thickness. And the tops will settle out flat. We want to cover them now so they are affected by temperature, so we want to cover them with some cornstarch and icing sugar mixture that we've done equal parts of. It's very sticky at this point, so just be patient. Thanks, Tammy. And we've got pretty even. And then we just want, usually I use a wire strainer, and I just sift this mixture over the top. And this is just keeping our marshmallows from absorbing any of the humidity that might be in the room, because we need now to let them sit for about 2 hours to cure. And then if we've done a really great job on preparing our pans, they should pop right out and we'll be able to slice them and eat. Just make sure that that's nice and covered. And that's as far as we can go right now. We are preparing the pans for our homemade marshmallow. Tammy and I are going to show you how to hopefully have a successful way to get this sticky marshmallow that we're making out of the pan, so that we can cut them really nicely with either a sharp knife that's been covered in cornstarch. So Tammy, let's do our pans now. We're going to take this vegetable spray and spray all the inside. These are 8x8s. And I'll do this one. If you want to finish that one, we've already pre-cut some saran wrap or some cling wrap.
Hang on just